I'm Tim, and I'm back to go over the recipe from last week in a little bit more detail. As you remember, we did a roasted beet salad, so the star is the beets. To roast the beets, all you need to do is some tin foil, a little bit of oil, and just cover them up here. And you're gonna roast those in a 400-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. Remember, smaller beets will cook quicker, and different varieties, such as yellow beets, will also cook quicker. Sometimes spring and summer beets are a little more tender, they'll also cook quicker. We don't have any tops today, but if you do have beet tops, please use those. The stems can be pickled, you can make a quick relish out of them, and you can even candy them for a garnish. My favorite is to candy them. The greens can also be used, but careful, they are a little bit bitter. So if you are gonna cook them up, make sure to use something salty and maybe with a little bit of sugar. My personal favorite is bacon. For the lemon oil, we're gonna make that ourselves too. And at my house, all my lemons look like this. We call them balled lemons, okay? There's actually more flavor in the lemon peel than there is in the lemon itself. That's in the flavor of oil. To extract that oil, there's lots of different tools you can use. You can get a microplaner, get a zester. My favorite is just a good old-fashioned vegetable peeler. You're gonna wanna put your lemon in the fridge for about 2 to 3 hours to let it harden up. That makes it a little bit easier. Then you just peel your lemon, just like you would any other vegetable. And the peeling just comes off in strands like that. Just do a couple here for demonstration. And you can see how that's just yellow on both sides. And all of the white pith, which is the non-flavorful portion, just stays right there on the lemon. You can just throw those on a cutting board here and you just give them a quick shift and nod. You always want to use a sharp knife to do this. There's nothing more dangerous in the kitchen than a dull knife. You'll cut yourself more with a dull knife than you will with a sharp knife, trust me. You just knock this out real quick here. And you're just gonna scoop up that chiffonade. You're gonna throw it into a bowl. And you're just gonna add oil right on top of that. The oil attracts the oil in the lemon peels, so they'll mingle together there. Just give it a little stir. You can even give it a little push to help. And you can just set that aside for about 45 minutes. But if you want to, that can be made days ahead of time. You can even make a big batch of it in a little jar and leave it in the fridge to use whenever you want to for the next few weeks. The balsamic reduction is also pretty simple. Usually when you do a balsamic reduction, you reduce it by about a half. Some people reduce it a little bit more, some people reduce it a little bit less based on flavor. We are flavoring our balsamic reduction today, so we're gonna do 4 parts balsamic, 1 part maple syrup, then we're gonna reduce that by half. Remember, don't over-reduce your balsamic vinegar. As it cools, it will thicken very quickly. And we're gonna get the beets in the oven. We'll see you when they're done cooking. All right, now that your beets are roasted off, we can go ahead and peel them. So what you're gonna do after they're nice and cooled down is you're gonna start by working the tin foil from the top down. And then you're gonna give it a little twist and you're almost gonna pop it. And all the sharp edges on that tin foil should take all the skins off and leave them right in there. Then you're just gonna go ahead and chop your beets up. You can slice them. I prefer to cube them for this salad. And you're just gonna toss them into your bowl with your lemon oil. I've also added some balsamic vinegar now to work almost like a marinade. Once the beets are in here, you can serve them right away or you can let them rest for an hour or 2 or even overnight. They'll gain flavor as they soak. Let's just put one more in here real quick. Once again, all the skins came off pretty good on that one too. No matter what you do, beets are always a little messy. So you're just gonna give them a quick toss here in your oil and balsamic. And now what I like to do with the goat cheese is actually mix it right in here so that it almost turns into like a goat cheese dressing. That way you have goat cheese on every piece of beet. I want it to really have a goat cheese flavor. So this just takes a little bit of time here. And remember, this is your base salad. In this salad, you can put in anything you want to. You could put in some dried fruit, some nuts for texture, or if you want it really fancy, you could even dry up some prosciutto and crumble that in there. Also, even though this is a nice simple dish, who doesn't like to serve it with a little bit of wine? So now that these goat cheese, the goat cheese is covered all, we'll throw in some of these beautiful microgreens here, just to mix in as well. Once again, we're just building up that base salad. So traditionally, a Riesling would be served with beets. Around here, I find a lot of Rieslings are a little too sweet for me, so I actually prefer Sauvignon Blancs. You're gonna go with something that is a sweeter Sauvignon Blanc, so I'd probably recommend something from New Zealand, and let's be honest, who doesn't love our New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc? So now that the base of our salad is ready, we're gonna show you how we build a salad. We don't toss a salad. So we're gonna gather everything up that we've prepared tonight, and then we'll start plating. And now that we have everything made, we can go ahead and build our salad. We're gonna start out with our base, which is the tossed beets, goat cheese, and microgreens. We're just gonna throw those right down here on the middle of the plate. Give a nice big portion, because well, why not? And don't be afraid to use your hands to tidy things up a little bit. And as I said, we're gonna go ahead and build this salad. So the next thing we're gonna do is add some microgreens here on top of it. Give it a little bit of height. Give it a little bit of a nice appearance. Not too many. We also have some goat cheese in this, so we're gonna wanna decorate with a little bit of goat cheese. Just a couple of spots here and there. I always like people being able to see all the individual ingredients inside of a salad. There's also a little bit of lemon zest. I saved some of that for some garnishes as well. So we can just put a couple little things of lemon zest here on the goat cheese where people can see them. And it also adds a nice little bit of color. Once again, we're layering, so one more little build with the microgreens. These ones are a little bit of a different color. And here's that delicious balsamic reduction that we made. You just go ahead and drizzle that right over the top. And my wife always bugs me at home. I always wipe my plates just like they do in every fancy restaurant you ever go to. So don't be afraid, just give the plate a little bit of a wipe. It just makes it look a little bit neater, and there you go. Roasted beets with goat cheese and microgreens and a balsamic maple reduction.